Hi.
Hi, and we're on. All right.
Hello, everyone.
So now we're off. Okay, we're back
Okay,
on.
we're back
All right,
on.
there you go.
Yes.
How are
Hello,
you, Laura?
everybody. I'm great. How's everyone out there? I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. What did you do?
I went to see my son in Jupiter, Florida.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Had steak for Thanksgiving.
You had steak. All right. Well, I had turkey and ham in Syracuse, New York.
Oh, yes. I bet you were a little colder than I was.
It was a little bit colder, and it snowed about a foot on Friday before we left on Sunday, so my 5-year-old Jake liked that, so that was fun. Do you know what's important about Jupiter, Florida?
Other than that my son lives there?
Well, I know that is super important. That's
That is
number
super
one.
important.
But I believe also Tiger Woods lives in Jupiter, Florida, if I'm accurate. Am I not accurate? Someone in the comments tell me if I'm not.
I think
but I believe he lives
he
in...
did at some point,
Oh.
and Burt Reynolds also lived there when he was
Burt
alive.
Reynolds.
Yeah.
He just passed away, unfortunately.
Well, it's
a
been a little
ago.
while, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but anyway, we're
Very
here to
popular
talk
place.
about Sun and Fun. So welcome to Volunteer Connect Live. Leave your questions in the chat or comment windows on Facebook or YouTube, because we're going to take all your questions later
And
as
maybe
we go through
answer
the show.
them.
And we will most likely answer them. And it also says, smile, you're on camera, red light. So I just wanted to make sure I read that
red
part
light.
too.
Okay.
So. All right, well, very good. Well, hey, here we are. Last time we were here, back in October, I believe, we were 172 days out, and now we are 130 days out. So we are 42 days past where we were the last time we were with you all. So again, we hope you all are doing well. Lots to talk about always. So I will just kind of jump into some things. I know you have a list of things. I do as well. I'm sure we'll talk about, we'll bounce back and forth as we move forward. I did want to point out though real quick, obviously we're wearing our red, white, and blue today. Yes. So I have my home built t-shirt from 2023.
Which is a very cool shirt. With
our Freedom Fox, who is a poster child in Dan Rowe's Freedom Fox. So I did wear that today. We'll make sure everybody can see it. There you go.
Yes.
All right, so.
And I have on red, white, and blue, but I had to wear my name tag because it doesn't have a Sun and Fun logo on it. So I wanted to make sure people knew who I was.
Very good. All right, so let's get into some new information. So let's jump into the swamp and Hangar E.
Okay.
So last time we were together, we were talking about potentially moving Parts Exchange out of Hangar E. So we met with Wendy and also Andy. See, I'm also learning names and trying to get that right. So we met with Wendy and Andy, who handle and run Parts Exchange for us. So Parts Exchange will stay in Hangar E. It will be inside the building. The swamp will be outside on the west side, outside the hangar door, with the large 50 by 50 tent. The food and beverage place is out there. We've got a sponsor out there as well, who we talked about this morning, who I can't remember at this point. And with picnic tables, umbrellas, entertainment in the evening as well. So we will have that area out there. So that's ready to go. We looked at and improved and made some edits to the logo for the swamp today. But again, the big thing is Parts Exchange will stay in Hangar E.
So now that we're having food outside the north side of Hangar E, or the north whatever.
West
side. What does that constitute moving? What's moving that used to be there? We just talked about it a minute ago.
Well, just to the north of where the swamp will be was where we used to have the golf cart depot. So we are going to move the golf cart depot. If we could go to the aerial, I will zoom in here. If we can go there, I think we're going to go there.
Yes, we're there.
All right, so here is Hangar E. If you can see my little hand here, this is Hangar E. This is A, B, C, and D exhibit hangars. Hangar E right here, Parts Exchange will be in there. The swamp will be right here, so the tent will be right over the concrete area here. The food and beverage will be here. Seating will be over here as well. Golf cart depot was buried under these trees here with their little hut, I guess you could call it.
It took up a lot of space pre-event and after the event, and it impacted some of our campers. So this move that we're getting ready to talk about is going to be beneficial both for the new swamp area, but also it's not going to be impacting our campers.
Yes, correct. So we are going to move the golf cart depot up here. So this is Rocky Road. The security checkpoint is right here. We'll get back to that. We'll move into that next, just after we talk about the golf cart depot. But all the golf carts and all of our volunteers, Linda Chassé and all of our great volunteers who handle the golf carts for us, will be here right in this area. So when they come in and deliver, they'll be able to pull them off and stack them up and get the 450 plus or minus golf carts ready to go.
That road has recently been worked on or is in the process of
Yeah,
being
so
worked
no,
on?
it's actually done. So
Okay.
again, Golf Cart Depot will be in what we used to call the sponsorship parking lot, or have sponsors park
Reserve
there.
parking.
Reserve parking. We went through all of our documents or whatnot with our sponsors. We will most likely put probably about 6, maybe 8 parking spots right here along the tree line for some of those sponsors that we still have in the agreements, but we won't have anybody parking here other than golf carts. So when you get here to pick up your golf cart, or you need a pass for your private golf cart, or for our maintenance folks or whatnot, they will pick up those passes here in this area. Now, as we move forward, we talked about last time with Rocky Road and the security shack. It's been a little cumbersome for people to get in and out, so you have the security shack right here in this area. And when you're driving in, they have to walk across traffic to come check your credentials or look at your parking pass. So we have widened Rocky Road from where my hand is right here to the north, all the way up to Medulla, and then right here, widened it on the east side as well, all the way down to the tree. So we'll put actually the security shack right in the middle of the road. So as you come in, you'll be able to pass on the right, get your credentials checked. But when you're departing, you'll be able to just continue to pass and head on out. So hopefully it's very helpful.
This is a very high volume gate,
Yes.
so that's going to be very, very helpful.
Yep, so that is a big change. Oh, are you telling me which camera to go to? Okay, to me, that was like I got 3 minutes left or something. Okay, all right, so that we just worked through that. So let's shift and go over to, we talked about the walking path last time. So actually the walking path that we talked about that would be on the south side of James C. Ray is in place. So here is the Octagon building right here. And the new sidewalk starts right here and goes all the way where my hand, if you can see my hand moving, all the way along the south side through the gate and out here to Paradise City.
Great.
So that is in place as well and ready to go. It is a small aggregate, so it's not a paved sidewalk or whatnot, but it's a small aggregate. They dug it up and then rolled it and all that stuff, so it's good.
So now
good
we
go.
have to do training to the guest to direct them
Yes,
to the
so we're
sidewalk.
well, the intent is, talking with Tim Wells, our executive site director, was to get cones and then those plastic tops that you put across them.
Right.
And leave openings, obviously, where people would want to cross, but try to keep them away from the
Separate.
road and separate. So then, as we move to the east, we come out here to gate 38. This is the Lakeland Aero Club right here, so gate 38. This has been a little bit cumbersome for us from a security standpoint and being able to check the credentials, vehicle passes. So right here where my hand is where they have our security folks have been sitting, again on the wrong side. So we widened the road here on this side through the gate another 12 feet. So we're going to be able to put the shack right in the middle of the road so people will be able to pass on the right side of the shack, get their credentials checked, their vehicle passes, and then as you exit, you'll be able to exit freely on the other side.
Right.
And hopefully that will be a lot more user-friendly for the vehicles moving in and out.
Well, and it'll be hopefully easier for them to check credentials, so vehicles
Yes.
that don't belong on airside don't go on airside.
Correct. So anyway, those are some of the big changes I know that we've been working on, and those things are actually complete at this point, so that is a good thing.
Okay.
What are some things you have?
Do we want to talk about, I think we're adding the kiddie zone in Future in Flight?
Yes, so let's talk about Future in Flight. So we'll just move here to the north. So again, we talked about last time our friends at Chick-fil-A out of Bartow are going to be joining us this year. So if you can see my little hand here, they will be up in this area. This is the Family Oasis right here, International Visitors Tent. Chick-fil-A will be right here. But right here under the trees, we will have our partners with Lakeland Moonwalk and some bounce houses, for our young folks, because
Right.
there's a lot of kids in this area. So Chick-fil-A being in here, Family Oasis, and then having an area for our families to congregate in the shade, in place for them to have a good time. It will be right here under the trees in the Future in Flight Plaza. So that will
Sounds
be
like a
cool.
plan.
Yep, that is where we're headed. So what do you got?
So we talked about the swamp. You want to talk about the concert a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have been watching, we obviously on November 20th, I think it was, we made the announcement.
Yes,
So for our
November
Tuesday night
20th.
concert, it will be Cooper Allen Alan, and Thomas Mack. So Thomas Mack will open for Cooper Allen on Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the Warbird ramp. So same setup as last year, so plan for the same. We are also planning, please keep this to yourselves, I'm going to say it because I'm excited about it, to be quite honest. But prior to the concert starting on Tuesday, probably around 5:30, we have a handful. At this point, I believe we're anywhere from 7 to 9 World War II vets that we are going to have with us.
Which is wonderful.
On stage, and be able to honor them and have them up there and hopefully do something really special for them and honor them in the best way we can. I'm excited about that, looking forward to it. But I talked to Gary Clark today, and I told him, hey, have them come out for the daytime air show whenever they feel like they're ready to do that, planning to be out there for 5:30. They will have carte blanche access to 927. They can eat whatever they want, have as many ice creams, enjoy themselves, and then come out and say hi to everybody. We plan to have anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 people out there. It'll be an awesome
Gary
sight.
knew a few of the World War II, but then we got an email from some, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he knew two of the World War II.
Marine Corps World War II vets, I
and
believe.
so he wanted to bring them out, and that's what kind of prompted all of this and kind of made it
So
a
I've
thing.
told Gary Clark to make the call to everybody. Obviously, there's only a handful left, but any World War II vets that are out there, if you know any that we're not aware of that you would like to get here, we want to get them here. So reach out to me, send Laura an email, put some something in the comments or whatnot so we can reach out to you. It's going to be a big thing for us.
Well, we want them here to celebrate the 250th
Absolutely.
with us. So
absolutely.
They're a big reason that we are getting to celebrate it.
That's right. So we're looking forward to that. Also, moving from Tuesday, again, looking at Wednesday, big change this year. I think we're basically there. I'm 99.9% there. But again, just to remind everybody, the daytime air show, we will not have the daytime air show from 1 to 5 on Wednesday. The air show will start at 5 and we'll stop at 9:30 when we conclude the fireworks portion of the night show. So it will run, air show starts at 5 and will run through 9:30. So that is a big sea change. That we've been talking about it for a while now. We were actually thinking about it and discussing it last year, but everybody needs to plan accordingly. Obviously, we've been talking with the FAA, working with the airport, trying to get the word out. Getting the NOTAM. The NOTAM is being updated as we speak. And with that, because of the change, we're also working with one of our bigger aircraft groups that show up here, and we're working to do a special flyout. I can't give all the details away yet, but looking to do a big flyout for one of our aircraft groups on Wednesday, and then they will return to start the air show at 5 p.m. on Wednesday.
Cool.
So
I have
you
to
probably
learn
could
more
guess
about that.
like who starts the air show on Wednesday or Tuesday and formations and stuff like that, but I'll just leave it at that. So lots of work still to come with that, but we're working to do something cool with that so they can have a good time out there.
Great. Sounds wonderful.
Yep. What else?
Okay. You want to talk a little bit maybe about the Citrus Connection Express, the program that we're going to be doing?
I don't know if we talked
I think we touched on it. the last
Sun
time.
Fun Express.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're still, I know Erin Killebrew with the Citrus Connection is still working through the schedule. I know she's been talking with Melissa. But again, we're working with our partners at Citrus Connection. We're going to have the Sun Fun Express that will run from the island, run to Lakeside Village, and then run to downtown and back. And my understanding, Melissa, correct me if I'm wrong, but every 15 minutes is my understanding. So that is going to be...
That's a lot of service.
That is a lot of service. So this is going to be something, we've done bus service here in the past,
we
obviously.
have. Long time ago we did, and it was primarily to provide transportation to downtown locations like downtown Antique District, hotels and that kind of thing. And we didn't have it when Lakeside Village first opened, so this is very nice for that.
Yep, so with all the hotels downtown and with the hotels at Lakeside Village, and then obviously the eateries and whatnot. So if people are flying in and they want to get off the campus to go eat somewhere, go downtown and eat, they're going to be able to do that and return. I believe we're going to be running till 11 o'clock at night actually. So they're going to be able to go out and have a good time, have a good evening, get some good eats, and then come back and make it back to to campus.
And it gives, the spouse, whether it's male or female, the opportunity to go do something fun if they're not that interested in aviation.
Yep. And if you're looking for me and I'm not available, I'm probably on Citrus Connection on my way to downtown to grab something to eat. So,
well, as long as you're not evacuating the site, because we use them to evacuate the site.
No, we're not going to talk about that. Knock on wood, we're not doing that. So anyway, we're going to have to take a break, but we'll be back here shortly.
See.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Keeping your bird in the air shouldn't feel like a second job. Let's face it, tracking maintenance schedules, AD compliance, and flight logs can feel like a complete time suck. We get it because we're aircraft owners too. That's why we've created an affordable solution designed specifically for pilots like us, Easy Tracker Air. Most aircraft management apps offer tons of features useless to us mere mortals. Fancy pie charts and scatter graphs you need a PhD to decipher. And relentless reminders about, well, everything. All at dizzying prices. 3-step logging in Easy Tracker Air takes the stress out of aircraft ownership for a fraction of the cost. So you can get back to what matters most. Flying. It's time for something better, something you're actually going to use. It's time for Easy Tracker Air.
Your support of Sun and Fun benefits the Aerospace Center for Excellence year-round. With our learning centers, outreach programs, scholarships, and summer camps, ACE is engaging, educating, and accelerating the next generation of aviation professionals.
All right, we're back. I actually got a quick swig of my Diet Coke. Diet Coke, the choice of a new generation. Is that Coke? I have no idea. Anyway, we were making fun about that earlier. It's an inside joke, so I'm sorry if that wasn't funny for you. But anyway, Eric Crump is laughing in the background, so at least I made him laugh.
Yeah, well, you made me laugh too. But
So, hey, we do have one question here. Do you want to read that and answer that one, since you just brought up moving people off the site?
Are we going to have Chamber of Commerce weather during the show? Of course.
No, is Chamber of Commerce weather a guarantee for the shows? This is from Stacy. Yes, Stacy.
Of course
we
it
will
is.
have Chamber of Commerce weather during the fly-in.
Even if we have to knock on wood.
Yes, I already did it 2 times, so yes. We will have Chamber of Commerce weather. We do have another question. What performers are you hoping to sign at ICAS? So great question. So I am headed to ICAS actually on Saturday. I will be out there all next week. So if hopefully you follow us on social media on Instagram and Facebook or TikTok if you're a TikToker. But I'll be doing my videos out there that I've done the last 2 years.
Working really hard.
Working really hard in Las Vegas. Well, I'm on the board of ICAS now, so I actually have responsibilities. So anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll be talking with all the performers coming. So there's some new performers and things we're going to be announcing out there. So we're looking forward to that. There was a question, I believe. Obviously, we know there was an incident with Thunderbird. I believe it was number 5 yesterday. It was not the team. It was a single ship that was out there. So obviously, we don't know what happened. All we know is the pilot is safe.
Yeah, he ejected.
And he ejected and he is okay. So we're happy with that. But our intent is the Thunderbirds will be out in Vegas, and myself and Dennis Dunbar will be meeting with them, I believe, on Wednesday next week. We'll be meeting with Thunderbird number 8 to talk about coordination for their visit here. So everything, as far as we know, is still on pace for them being here in April. So what is this?
Well, somebody wants to know if there's a charge for the bus, the Citrus.
No, the bus is completely free. The Citrus Connection, the Sun and Fun Express from Lakeside Village to downtown is free.
That's a great deal.
It is free. So I encourage you, tell your volunteers, help us get the word out. We'll do, once the schedule is ready to go and with its specific days and times and all that, we'll put that out there. But please share it with your volunteers and also share it with our guests when they get here, because that'll be a great service for them.
So if someone is here in Lakeland, like a Lakeland resident, they can grab this particular and come to the event and buy a ticket at the island.
Yeah, that is correct. So
Okay.
if they can find the bus and get on it from downtown or from Lakeside Village, they will be able to get here, get to the island, buy a ticket, and come on into the event and have a good time. And then
Great.
turn around and head back out when the show's over on whichever the day they're here.
Great. Okay.
So, well, good.
Okay.
Where are we going next?
Well, we're going down my list, really. I'm not
right.
sure what's on your list,
I got
but
plenty still, so
I mean,
go.
do you want to talk about GAP and,
Yeah, let's move out to the east side of the airport. On
and
the aerial.
rotorcraft?
Yep, so I believe we talked about this last time. So this is Donneville right here.
General aircraft parking for those of
So
you.
yeah, GAP, General Aircraft Parking, or affectionately Donneville.
Donneville.
So Donneville, GAP is right here. And Choppertown Rotorcraft was down here in this area in the southeast corner. I believe we talked about it last time, but a hangar is going up in this area. The dirt's already been moved and steel should be going up here shortly. So we are going to move Choppertown to this area here where I'm outlining, which encompasses Donneville or GAP, and they're a compound there. We won't park in the ditch, I promise. That's not part of the plan. So basically in this area, that will be Choppertown. We'll be parking helos in that area.
Great.
We've been coordinating that with the FAA, and I know there's going to be a little bit of a tweak in the NOTAM as well to highlight that new parking area. So we'll be working on that. So with GAP
Okay.
and Miss Donna and her awesome crew, we are going to move them over here east of the island, where my hand is right here.
So very close to where she used to be.
Very close to where she used to be. Obviously, we have all the amenities there for all of our aircraft campers that are there, all the shower houses, all the bathroom facilities are there, ice is there, the island store is there, so all the amenities are really close for them as well. So we're working hand in hand with Donna to get prepared and ready for that. And Tim Wells, again, our site director, and our volunteer crew, our early birds are working on some cool things for her to get her ready to go. So she can be prepared to bring in all of her volunteers and everybody can have a good time.
Very
So
good.
what else we got?
She does a great job. She has a big job to do.
Yes.
She does a great job.
Lots to do.
Okay, so we have talked about everything Sunset Aerial Circus.
Yes, so Sunset Aerial Circus, which we'll probably get maybe into a little bit more of that when Anitra Goddard is on with us
Okay.
here later in the show. But again, Sunset Aerial Circus on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So they will be doing their thing
Okay.
there on the grass strip there at Paradise City.
Okay. So do you want me to go through some of my things
Yes.
here, or do you want to
Nope,
touch
please
on your
go
list?
ahead.
Okay. So for those of you who are chairman on online now watching, you received a reminder email from me yesterday regarding the Volunteer Connect, but it also included some information about a lunch survey. And for the 25 of you who have already responded, thank you very much, but I need the rest of you to respond by the 12th of December, if possible. We are trying to get this information put together so we can kind of have an idea of what direction we need to go in order to start ordering our food, our lunches, and put a team together in order to facilitate the process of getting you the lunches. So please jump online, get that form filled out for me. It's very short, very simple, just a little bit of information that we need.
If we could, with the lunches, obviously it's a big sea change for us.
Yes.
So, last year we would just, obviously our great volunteers would produce the sandwiches and we would just deliver the sandwiches. But if you recall last time, we talked about the intent is you're going to get a sandwich, you're going to get a bag of chips, a cookie, and a piece of fruit every day in your lunch. Whether it comes in a box or a brown paper bag, we're still working through that right now, but getting the right numbers and the counts for your folks. It doesn't have to be perfect. We know there's some flux in the numbers and the levels of volunteers and all of that, but we really need to have good numbers so we make sure we get the adequate amounts to make sure we have plenty for everybody as we move forward. So it's a big change, so we just want to make sure everybody gets fed every single day.
We want to keep our expense down, but still provide you a great lunch.
Absolutely.
And by having concise numbers, we can do that.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So actually, we are more than doubling what we spent on volunteer lunches this year. Just to be able to produce and put all that together for everybody. So hopefully everybody will be happy with that. Again, that was probably my number one complaint from whether it was guests, volunteers, anybody, was just the quality of the lunches. So we want to make sure that is good for you all, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay, great. Want to make mention of the volunteer meetings that will be coming up in February and March. Both of them will be held on the 21st of each of those months, February 21st and March 21st in CFAA at 10 o'clock. The registration form is available online if you would like to go ahead and start registering for that meeting.
Yes.
Or those meetings.
And we'll be ready to go. And so, by the way, I mentioned ICAS earlier. So, they now are each year they're asking me to do these educational sessions. So this year I'm doing one on STEM at air shows, and then my second one is on volunteers.
Oh my.
Yes.
And I didn't get invited to come.
Well, I'm sorry.
Can I tune in to critique you?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
There will be a video after the fact. I will share it with you, and you can critique me then.
Okay.
But I will be doing a presentation on volunteers and the things that we do, because
I'm very
apparently
proud
they are interested.
Yeah,
so
good deal.
I'm looking forward to sharing. So anyway.
Okay. Well, hopefully they'll learn something.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
As long as they don't boo me off, we'll be good.
Okay, great. So the Expo manager is currently under renovation for 2026. So right now, if you try to sign in, you are not going to be able to get into the system and do any kind of updates or anything. We are hoping to have that available to you back mid next week. We are in the process of transferring data, updating data, and doing all that kind of stuff. So just as a reminder, the equipment list will be wiped. So when you go back into the system, your volunteers will be on their roster, but your equipment list will be missing. So hopefully with the emails that I have provided to you for the last couple of months and the reminder during the last Volunteer Connect, you made a copy of your equipment list so you could refer back to it when you're ordering your equipment for this year. I am asking that if you have a piece of equipment in storage or if it's stored at Sun and Fun and Maintenance, but not something that you need to get from Fly and Supply or another area, please do not put it back on your list. We are trying to clean the list up so we know what we need to order an accurate inventory. So please monitor that when you can.
Very good.
Okay. So the next thing, we had a meeting yesterday, and we have had staff liaisons as part of each fly-in area for a number of years. So we're trying to give those positions a little bit more emphasis and give those staff an ability to connect with each area and give you the support that you need. So when you do sign back into the Expo Manager, your staff liaison, of course, will be listed up at the top as normal, but it may have changed because we did move some things around this year. So when you look at it, you may know the person, but I will be sending out a list for contact information for your particular staff information, contact information. So.
And as you and I have talked many times in the past, I mean, we've had this before, but getting through last year and a lot of new people and all that. The big thing is for us is to make sure that we're providing to you all the resources and the things that you need. I'll just give you an example. When we had our chairman debrief this year, Linda LaCroix, the chairman for Home Built, she asked about hand washing stations, and I was like, boy, it would have been awesome to know that, or if we could have gotten the word to someone, because we literally could have gotten it to her in 10 or 15 minutes or what, maybe longer than that. So maybe I'm being very optimistic, but the point is that, we can't help if we don't know.
And, sometimes you can't always find me or you can't find Jean, so this just gives you another source to have the support for the event.
And if your staff liaison is not responding to you, please text me and let me know.
Or text me and let me know.
Yes, because I will get on them and make sure, because again, we are here to help you all and make sure you have the resources and things you need. And if we don't know, again, we can't help. So that's the reason for it. So I encourage you, please find out, make sure you know who your staff liaison is. And when you get emails from them, I talked to them yesterday to prepare themselves and to make sure they're communicating with you as well and keeping you up to date and at least introduce themselves as well. So
I think they want us to go to break
yes, we're going to go to another break. This goes so fast. I always worry we're not going to have enough to talk about, but we're already going to another break. So here we go. We'll be right back here shortly.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
It's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Sun and Fun 2026 returns April 14th with an opening night concert featuring Cooper Allen.
Brings the girls to the bar, stomp their boots to a steel guitar.
Cooper Allen with special guest Thomas Mack. It's red, white, and blue for Sun and Fun 52. Admission includes a full day of Sun and Fun and concert entry. Get your tickets at flysnf.org.
We said we'd never break the 3-second rule. Never do that. And never become a minivan mom.
Hey, Chris.
As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Hey, my name's Philip Harrington, and I was the very first recipient of the James C. Ray Scholarship. Today I fly for Delta Airlines. I can't tell you how grateful I am for all that you guys do to support the Aerospace Center for Excellence, Sun and Fun. You are truly making a difference in young people's lives. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And we're back
All right,
again.
we're back. So we were told to speed things up, so we're going to go rapid
Because
fire.
we have so much information.
Yes, I didn't know that we would have this much stuff to talk about tonight, but here we are.
I just need to get a couple more things regarding Expo Manager and operations. When we start doing volunteer, when you start putting your volunteers back into the system, please update their contact information if they provide it to you and it's different. That is our only way of keeping our volunteer records up to date. The other thing that we are noticing is that people are entering bogus emails into the system. Now, we're removing them, so that means you're going to have to add something back in this next year. So please ask your volunteers their email addresses. That's how we stay in contact with them and keep them interested in what's going on here.
Well, we started a new volunteer team, bogus email team, volunteer team. So if there's a bogus email, we're going to hunt these people down. They cannot watch the night show. They're out.
Oh, okay. They're done.
All right, just letting you know.
So volunteer IDs, I brought this up at the last Volunteer Connect. So the areas that are currently going to require for you to have a volunteer ID to resource the equipment that you're picking up at that area are the Fly and Supply, which has been going on for years, the Radio Shack, the Golf Cart Depot, and Volunteer Ice and Water. And depending on where you might be located on the site, you may have a different pickup location for ice and water. I'll be explaining more about that later, maybe in an email. But anyway, so I'm I'm good at this point, so
Okay.
I'm done.
So before we get to one of our guests, we're going to rapid fire through some of these questions real quick. First one, will there be VIP tickets for sale for concert? No. We will have a VIP area. This will be, if you want to be in the VIP area, you need to be a weekly ticket holder for 927. And then we have some special guests and other folks in that VIP area, but we do not sell tickets for the VIP area.
But the great thing is
for
you
the
buy a
concert.
ticket on Tuesday and you get to come enjoy the
air show all day plus
and
the
then you get a
concert.
concert.
There you go.
With no extra charge.
Then I got a comment, nice shirt, Gene. Thank you. See you at Home Builds. Keep up great work at Rivet Driver 01. So I don't know who that is, but that is awesome. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. I had to dig this out of the archives today before I came over. We'll come back to that at the end. Any talks with Vietnam Flight Heritage Foundation to bring F4 and F100? So I just want everybody to know, and we'll talk about this on the countdowns when we get into countdown to Sun and Fun, or Sun and Fun, what do we call it? Countdown to Sun and Fun? Yeah, there's so many shows, by the way. I was going through the volunteer, anyway. Yes, but I monitor our social media, so I see the comments and people tag me and stuff like that. So we are in discussions reference to F4 and F100. There are no guarantees. Still working through that, but we are talking with them. Again, no guarantees, but yes, we are aware that the F4, the F100, they're up and flying. We are working on it. So, but no guarantees.
And someone has inquired about becoming an early bird volunteer. Angela Mann is who you need to contact, or you can go to the volunteer page that the link was up earlier, and there's a link to the volunteer application form.
Yes, and one last question before we move on. Can we make a donation, thank you by the way, to the volunteer kitchen to help with the food bill? Yes, you can. So if this is Dave Schallbetter, I think it may be Dave. First of all, maybe I shouldn't have called him out, but it does have his name on here. If you do want to make a donation to help with our volunteer food and with the bill for that, we would love that. That would be great. Not required, but we really appreciate that thought. But you can make a check out to the Aerospace Center for Excellence or Sun and Fun. Just put in the memo, volunteer lunches, or you can go online as well. There's a donate button, and you can make a donation there and put in the comment line volunteer lunches as well. So thank you for that shout out, and yes, and that would be great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So
we have a guest.
We have a guest. So we are going to turn to Mr. Eric Crump. Welcome, Eric.
Hi.
Eric is our VP for the Aerospace Center for Excellence. And so Eric and his team handle all the educational efforts. Obviously, we just saw the commercial before we came out of break with Philip Harrington, who's one of our poster children, going through all of our programs. But it is special stuff. What the fly-in helps us produce the other 51 weeks out of the year.
Yep.
So why don't you talk to our guests and get our volunteers up to speed on where we are.
Well, first of all, thanks for the opportunity to be here. And just publicly, because I just wanted to thank you guys for the great shout out in the first Volunteer Connect. I was watching it, and you guys took
very surprising.
You guys took the first 10 minutes of the show to talk about all the stuff that wasn't even about the event. So I really appreciate that. I live here locally, as we all do, and I'm constantly going to places, and we talk about our work here, and people are like, oh, like the air show? I'm like, no, that's just 6 days. Yeah. And then there's the other 51 weeks of the year.
But it's why we do the air show.
Correct. And I think every chance we have to message that is really important. And the work that we get to do, I tell people this all the time, and it's the truth. If you have to work for a living, I have the best job in the world, because my job is literally to inspire kids with airplanes and make them happy. Sounds
rough.
It's a tough life, man.
Well, working for me is rough, so I mean, let's not sugarcoat it here. But
no, working with Gene is the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Yeah, no, it's not. But anyway, thank you for that.
But in truth, literally every single day of the week, and especially during this season, even Saturdays too, there is something going on here all the time. So on Mondays, the entire building is a science co-op. So we offer science courses, particularly for our homeschool families, which there are over 17,000 just in Polk County, another 25,000 when you go west into Hillsborough, which we're right on the county line. There's lots of demand for really engaging, really fun science coursework. So we offer a science co-op here for pre-K all the way through 5th grade every Monday. That's just fun, hands-on science. It's really neat. Then you get to Tuesdays. That's story time. So you'll have anywhere from 100 to 150 little bitty pre-K kids come in here and develop a love for reading. And we all know that if you can read, you can do anything. We can on a later call or a later video, we'll talk about me growing up in Alabama and how much Gene wants to ridicule me for that. But was not a huge fan of reading. It was not really the thing I wanted to do. But I loved Book It, because if I read my books and I got my stamps, I got my free personal pan pizza. So we know there is an importance to reading, but we also know, especially for many kids, there has to be some kind of incentive to get them to try it. And then once they realize that you can go to a whole new world with a book, then it's very easy to get them to continue reading. And that's what we found. We use the airplane is just the carrot. It just is, you come into the museum, you see airplanes hanging everywhere. We do early literacy, colors, numbers, shapes. It's a lot of fun. Then when we get to Wednesday through Friday, it's field trip days. So we have an awesome partnership with our local municipalities, Lakeland, Winter Haven, Bartow, and Lake Wales. 4 municipal airports in this county because it's an enormous geographical footprint. All of them contribute to this field trip program that allow every 5th through 8th grader in Polk County to come here absolutely free. They don't pay to attend, they don't pay for the bus. And because our superintendent believes in this program too, that field trip is globally approved for all schools in the district. So there's no fighting with your principal about getting an approval. You just opt in and show up. We had a great group here today. And it's just, if you like airplane noise, just imagine all the kid noise about airplanes. So I love airplanes. I fell in love with airplanes when I was a kid. So did you. It's like living vicariously through their excitement and just going through it all over again every week. And then we just rinse, wash, repeat, and we're right back in it again, doing it the next week. So this fly-in is not only significant historically in aviation and for our organization, but it is incredibly significant because it's the largest single source of funding for what we do the other 51 weeks. And if you saw Philip's video, it does actually make a difference. I tell Gene this all the time. The thing I wish that Gene got more of, that I get to see every day, is every day watching that impact happen. Gene has to plan and execute the fly-in, so he has to focus on a lot of that stuff. And there is just nothing better than watching these kids come in and just fall in love with airplanes all over again every week.
I just wish all the people that had come before us could see what we're doing today.
Yes.
It's really awesome. Joyce Sanborn was here the other day buying Christmas gifts for her grandkids. And I saw her, it was during story time, and I said, Joyce, you should have come in and done story time with us. And she said, maybe I was standing in the back. And I was like, you should have come in and done the gingerbread dance. And she goes, maybe next time.
Yeah.
But Ernie and Joyce are here for programming all the time. They're here almost every month in the museum for our monthly speaker series, Wings and Waffles. It's so great to get to talk to them because in many ways what we have today in the museum is a byproduct of their dream. Getting to talk to Greg Harbaugh when he was here a couple of years ago at the fly-in, and having him see this, which was part of his dream in the early 2000s to get us to where we are today. It's really impactful. It's getting to carry a torch and then getting to see the people who carried it before you too. It's one of the cool things about this organization. Even though it's over 50 years old now, the people who did it are still around. And you still get to talk to them, the ICOFs. There's so many, I'm going to forget everybody's names, but when they come in and they're moved by what they see and they get excited about watching the kids get excited, it's a double whammy.
Well, I've been on the speaker series around Polk County for the last several months, and every time this morning I was in Lake Wales at 7 a.m. talking to the Rotary group there. And I talk about the fly-in and obviously the importance and the net proceeds going back into all of our educational programming. But I always talk about the other 51 weeks out of the year, and they are absolutely amazed by what is happening here. And we could not do what we do today without our volunteers and all the volunteers that have come before us, over 20,000 prior to, I believe it was before the 50th back in 2024, we looked up the number, but over 22,000 volunteers over that period of time.
And a lot of our real early volunteers weren't even documented because we didn't really start keeping great volunteer records until like 92, 93 when we had a database that could hold it.
But what has been created here, the footprint, it does not exist anywhere else in the world. So I hope you all are as proud as I am of what you all have helped us create. It is
How many people have
unbelievable.
touched it and made it?
Yeah, but we will never know all the thousands and thousands of kids and families that have come through this program because of all the dedication of everybody that's come before us.
The Cessna 182 that we had before.
Yep.
We used to keep track of how many actual kids that airplane flew, and it flew a ton.
Yep.
But things like that we've kind of lost, but it's
We're
interesting
going back
stuff.
though.
Yeah.
We're coming back to that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. We're moving on the way back. So no, it's good
So,
stuff.
Very cool.
So, but Eric, hey, I appreciate you being on with us today. But I really appreciate your team because I know they work super hard. I know your family. Jenny Lynn's very involved. Harper, who's behind the camera.
Actually, I've got one
she's
working
one of
the
your
camera.
daughters here. Wilson, Penelope, we really appreciate all the efforts, but really of your team and everybody because they all do a lot of hard work. It is a lot of work to wrangle all these young folks that come through. Most of them are good, but you always have one or two that are a handful, but they get through it and do a phenomenal job.
But it's easy to do because of how excited they are. So we tell people all the time, we're basically like aviation education grandparents. We bring them in, we hop them up on aviation sugar, and then we give them back to their parents. So, a traditional classroom teacher sees the same kid every day for an entire school year. We get a kid one day on a field trip. But the importance of handing that kid that Sun and Fun poster when he or she leaves is to remind you can come back. The museum's open 7 days a week. You can come here anytime you want and experience this all you want. And I think that's the magic of the education program. As much as we talk about Sun and Fun funding and providing for the aviation program, then the education program then also creates that next audience who's going to come to Sun and Fun, who's going to be our future volunteers.
Yes, so we had new James C. Ray scholarship recipients. Was it yesterday or the day before?
That was Monday.
I don't know, whatever day it
runs
was.
together.
But anyway, I went in there and I told them, hey, don't ghost us. Make sure you're communicating with us. But my last piece was make sure you come back and volunteer and be a part of this and give back.
But that's why it's continued all these years. It's why we've been so successful, is because people come, they get something from this place, but then they leave with that intangible that they want to then give back. And when we're all gone, this just like everybody who's come before us, the expectation is that the essentialness is that this continues, forever, because it has to. Otherwise, how are we going to keep this awesome industry going?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I'm getting 3-way breaks. So
everybody wants us to stop
everybody
talking.
wants us to stop talking. So we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Owning an aircraft is a dream. Managing it shouldn't be a nightmare. Cut through feature fluff of other so-called solutions and leverage AI to quickly manage your aircraft in just 3 easy steps. Easy Tracker Air, affordable aircraft intelligence for the rest of us.
Proceeds from the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo are the primary source of funding the Aerospace Center for Excellence, a nationally recognized leader in STEM education. Your support of Sun and Fun makes ACE the world leader in producing licensed teenage private pilots.
All right, cue us. We're on. We're back. All right, here we go. So we got quite a few things, and we got another guest that we're going to get to.
Okay.
So we're going to go rapid fire through here.
Okay.
Here's a question. Can you make improvements on toilet facilities in aircraft camping? So we have several aircraft camping areas. We have GAC, and then we also have vintage aircraft camping. We have what I would call the shower houses and the Cadillac potties that are out there. So I don't know if you're talking about permanent facilities.
Which we can't do.
Which we can't do out there on airside, but we do have obviously the shower houses and the Cadillac air-conditioned restroom facilities that are out there. So
And are serviced daily and
that are serviced daily. But if there is, if you're a volunteer and you staff liaison, if there's an issue out there, let us know and we can call our friend Porta Potty Peter with Imperial. He probably doesn't. Don't tell him I said that. Anyway, and we will get someone over there to clean those up anyway.
Okay. And we have a question regarding golf cart access on airside from gate 39 to the island. I think we might be talking about gate 38. But as long as you have an approved golf cart sticker, Sun and Fun sticker, you should be able to access and go airside with your golf cart. Won't be able to go to the ramp area with just a golf cart sticker, but you shouldn't have any issues accessing.
Yes. You want to do this question?
Yes, they will still be on the equipment list.
Will hand wash stations still be on the equipment list? Yes. Yes, absolutely. All right, so we're going to switch gears here. So last Volunteer Connect, I kind of teased the volunteer t-shirt. I think we have a graphic, or maybe we don't, of the volunteer t-shirt. But, there we do. There we go, right there. But actually, that looks awesome. By the way, Trent, our graphic designer, Trent Bracey, is that right? Yes. All right, I got that right. Melissa said yes. That is our volunteer t-shirt, so red, white, and blue. But if you could get into, you can take a shot of the paper that I'm holding here. There you go. You can see kind of all of the detail. He has done a phenomenal job. Obviously, we got Stoll up here. We got Kenny Higgins and airside safety
with the motorcycles, on-site transportation,
tractors for the trams. I think this
golf cart depot.
This right here is, I don't know if that's a pirate leg. It kind of looks like a pirate leg. We like pirates. It's a joke.
That's a camera lens.
So right here, is that a camera lens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Corn.
Wow, it looked like a pirate leg. Sorry. Right there, corn for a corn roast. Golf carts, over 450 golf carts that we rent
Wands
for the
for
event.
Our aircraft parkers. Yep. Our safety vest, a prop.
Yep.
A broom and I'm not sure who that's.
Broom, that is Susie Eichhoff.
Okay.
Right? With the broom?
Well,
that's in the museum?
Quinn's
Pat
broom.
Quinn, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Her mom.
And we've got cameras and mics and all of our audio visual.
It is awesome. So you can spend a lot of time checking that out, but Trent did an amazing job. We love it, and we're looking forward to...
he tried to get every area represented,
yes.
so...
Yep, so that's
he
great.
worked hard on it.
Also, I don't know if we have a shot of it. If we do, here's the graphic. So, if you recall, I believe it was back in 2024? Yes, 2024.
Yes.
We got all of our Adirondack chairs. We put them in various areas. Did a social media thing, take your picture, post it, do all that cool stuff. We put them out there again last year, but this year Melissa had a wild idea to contact a local artist. I don't know her name. We can provide more information later if you're interested, or she's actually running our chat, so you can ask her. But we are decorating all of our chairs for the various areas. So you can see the one on the right is for Paradise City. The one on the far left is for Home Built. You can see that RV there in the hangar, pretty cool with the American flag. The one in the middle will be for Future in Flight Plaza. We actually had that one up at AirVenture this year. So the red, white, and blue at 52, that beautiful tower, and all that good stuff.
Beautiful tower.
So when we talk about Paradise City, we now want to introduce one of our newest team members here at Sun and Fun, Anitra
And we're so
Goddard.
excited to have her on board.
So a lot of you volunteers probably know Anitra, because Anitra, first of all, you had posted today, actually, because again, I watch social media. You started with us back in 2020 when we did the Stoll National here on the grass strip in December of 2020. Is that correct?
Well, I've actually been with
Oh,
you
well,
guys
no, I
for
know
about
you've been-
15 years
I know, but you,
as
like-
a volunteer, but that was
All right.
the first time I was asked to be a chairman of an area. After COVID happened, that's when we did the December show in 2020, and the National Stoll Series came, and they brought Stoll, and I was made the Stoll chairman, and it's been a game changer. I've been out there ever since.
Yeah, so then you were the Stoll chairman, and then a couple years ago you became the chairperson of Bushwheel Base Camp. So our Stoll friends now, this will be their third year having their own area to congregate, have some camaraderie, their own tent, do some forums, cool stuff.
Wild
so talk
parties.
To us. I got invited to do a couple, but I'm always busy. But tell us about Bushwheel Base Camp and how that's doing.
Well, that's the Stoll area is the backcountry where all the Stoll aircraft are that do the Stoll demo that acts as the pits for the Stoll demo. So any of those aircraft that are in that Sunset Aerial Circus out there at Paradise City are there, but also any of the backcountry big tire aircraft that fly in. They can underwing park there. We have hospitality, a beer tent. We have forums, meet and greets. Just a great time, great camaraderie. We have guitar picking, and of course we're airside, so no real fires are allowed. So we make faux fires.
She did ask about that last year, and I was like, sorry, no, the airport will kill me.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, and so we were around those airports, around those fake fires, with Levi and a lot of our regulars that come every year bring their guitars, and we call it Nights of Pickin' and Grinnin'. So, and it's awesome. We're right across from the island, and it's just a great vibe on that intersection out there.
So moving forward now, so after with Bushwheel Base Camp over the last couple of years, thinking about our various other areas and how better we as an organization can work with our volunteer areas and on the air side with the various aircraft areas, whether it's home built, it's vintage, obviously Bushwheel Base Camp, Paradise City, and all of that. So you and I started talking, I don't know how many months ago it's been, sometime after the fly-in, and you are now part of the team here, and you are aviation engagement coordinator. So you are working hand in hand with our various chairmen on our airside areas for our aircraft areas. And so tell us a little bit about that, how that's going, and what we can look forward to.
I'm really excited about it. It's our goal to elevate those areas and bring more engagement to the airside area and the different aircraft areas that we have. So it's my goal to work with the chairman and the volunteers to put out to the masses through social media, on their web pages they have on our main site, to get updated with the cool activities that we have going on out on airside. There are a lot of hidden gems out there that we didn't know about until I started calling all you chairmen and volunteers. I mean, like Home Built has an amazing hospitality tent. They've just been keeping it all to themselves, a secret, all these years. And we want more people to come. We want people to know that you guys have these amazing facilities and hospitality, and we want to encourage more people to come and park and camp in your areas. So
one of the things we're going to be doing, and you can talk a little bit about this, whether it's our website with specific pages for these areas, also even setting up, and I think we talked about 2 the other day, but setting up specific social media pages for those areas as well, because you did that with Bushwheel Base Camp and Stoll, or what is the handle for it?
It's Stoll.fly-SNF.
Yeah, so you created that prior to coming to work with us here, as the chairperson for that area, and we want to do that for the other areas as well, so we can have a year-round engagement about what's going on and what we're planning for.
Oh yeah, and it just gives the chairmen and the volunteer an opportunity to kind of take ownership more of their area and help us help them, and help them help us. The more that we have that we can get out there and just keep it alive and real all year round, not just the week of the Sun and Fun.
And the big thing is too to have that coordination with us, with them, because we have resources. We want to be able to provide those resources, get the word out, get people excited to fly in and participate with all of us here on Sun and Fun. Get the airplanes here.
Well, and that is my most exciting thing is, I came aboard, and I mean, you guys had always been super supportive of my area, and to be on the inside now, for the chairmen and volunteers that want to do things, all the resources that are offered to us is just amazing. I feel super supported, and Jean will put money into your area if you give us what you're doing, the amount of people that are coming. Let's build programming in these areas, and we'll invest in them. And that was like one of the best things that I learned for the base camp area. by
It gives
coming
us
on
something
board.
to promote.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does give us something to promote.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to add? Welcome
No,
aboard.
I mean, it's just been,
Yes.
I'm almost to tears. I'm just beside myself. It is the dream. It's the dream job,
Yeah,
right?
but you also been driving around the country too,
Yeah.
for the last several
the
months
fan
as
van
well.
ambassador,
the fan
yes.
Van, there you go.
I actually, I'm one of the liaisons for a lot of the airside areas, and I was liaisoning with them today and calling them, and one of them for Type Clubs, Michael Harding is like, wait a minute. Are you the one that drives the van? I'm like, yes, that's me. He's like, I've seen you on social media. I know who you are. So that's cool.
That is
Awesome.
cool.
Well, good.
Very good.
All right.
Well,
thank you, Anitra.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, and
Thank
we
you.
look forward to great things.
We love having you with us.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, good. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So we are going to move
We've got some
to
more questions. And
questions.
have you gone through your list? You have a list over there.
I do? No, I caught all that stuff
Oh,
already, so
okay.
we've already gone
All
through
right.
that. This one's for you, actually.
This one's for
question.
me?
Yes.
Okay, when will Ambassador program be available to distribute to local FBOs? As soon as I get the website updated for it. So
Yes.
very soon. It is on my things to do list.
Yes. Is camper registration going cashless? Yes. I believe we were pretty much cashless after the first day last year, but
Yeah.
yes, we will be cashless at Camper Reg. Yes.
And I answered that
I think
one.
we've answered all of our
Yeah.
questions. Is there anything we're missing?
Well, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're planning on doing in the evening?
Yeah, so one thing that we are planning, we're working to put together is egress during the nighttime air shows. Tuesday with the concert as well, but Wednesday and Saturday nighttime air shows. We are working to put together teams and kind of working through. I know Tracy Card's put together some stuff. We still got to review that, but to help our guest egress out of the site.
Off of the site.
So we are
A lot
working.
of people going in a lot of different directions.
Yes.
It's very dark, and we want them to do it
And we
safely.
need to kind of lead them to water and to the proper gate to where they need to go. So we're working through some plans to have, we talked with Civil Air Patrol. They would come out and help us in the evening with lighted wands to guide people, whether it's parking lot 1, 2, 3, the Geico lot on Saturday. So lots more to come with that. But we are working on egress plans to help get our guests out, light up some areas, and
we may
improve
need your
that.
support with
Yes,
that.
and we may need your support. If you got a 6-passenger golf cart, come out and help us move people or let us use your golf cart on Saturday especially. So we are going to wrap. I can't believe, again, we got through that much information.
We didn't do this.
Oh, we do have a giveaway. I guess we'll pick someone who commented and you'll be randomly selected and we'll send you something. I forgot to ask a question, so
We were
we'll do
so
that.
busy.
We're so busy, but we are going to sign off. Thank you all very much. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Y'all be safe and tune in next week for National Signing Day at ICAST. Love you guys. Be
Thanks
safe.
for spending your evening with us.